The coronavirus has always been this massive problem that everyone has been dealing with. This disease has affected almost the entire population of people. Around now, America's been suffering a lot, and a lot of people really do not like this. We have to wear masks, we have to have the vaccine. I took the vaccine, both doses to be exact. And to be honest, the vaccine, what it did was just make me fall asleep every time. Because, it just drains away my stamina really quickly. And the bad thing about this is that, the pandemic mostly affected some students in schools. As for me, I'm still recently in high school and I did remote learning. I didn't really like it. So yeah, pretty much I haven't been doing much as a person. I got my hands on a summer job and look at all this stuff I was able to get. Oh, except for that Sonic Colors Ultimate box. I got it as a birthday present. And also the fact that I got my Nintendo Switch and a Pro controller. So yeah, recently I've been doing much as a person, but you know, how do I put this? As a guy that really doesn't do much in his life, I rarely do much in my life now because the pandemic just did something I didn't really like to do. I was falling into the pandemic's line. I felt like I didn't want to be here. Like, I thought, you know, I would always be inside forever, becoming a shut in. But luckily, I've been going through so much with the pandemic. I thought, maybe I'm just ready to give up. Maybe the pandemic is just nothing but getting into the way of, school and pretty much anything. I was doomed. I was gone. I couldn't really do much anymore. And I've given up in everything. I thought I could never, ever be able to do anything right. And I thought there was nothing to help me throughout the pandemic. Luckily, it was all by one game, none other than Persona 5. Hey guys, it's your dude of all of you, Henry Goku Fantan, and I'm back with another video. And today we're going to be talking about how Persona 5 helped me go through the pandemic and what stuff I had to do in order to face the pandemic by playing a video game that could calm me down and make me feel like everything is going to be alright as long as I got this game. So, I've done a whole brief story on Persona 5 retrospective. So yeah, if you guys want to check that video out, go ahead and check it out on my channel. And, just type on the channel icon and everything else. And make sure to watch it because I'm going to explain what happened with Persona 5. Okay, story time. So, Persona 5, was the first game I've ever gotten to play a lot more on my PS3. This is the only game I've played the most out of all my PS3 games because back at the time I still had a PS3 and I wasn't really getting, my hands on video games like most others that people were able to get because think about it. I've played many video games as a kid and as a teenager and as a high schooler. I've been mostly collecting most video games and trying to play them, having a whole gaming library for games that I have. I have most video games, and this game is no exception. It helped me go through a lot of the pandemic. Now, how do I say this? Before, as a fan, I wasn't really a big, huge fan of Persona 5. I thought I hated this game. I hated this game as a general. I did not like this game at all. This game just made me feel very, very uncomfortable whenever I saw it. I felt like, oh wow, this game is trash. I don't like it. It's a fake excuse of what I want. And this happened before the coronavirus started. And then after, here, 2020, we're all here in a brand new year. I saw Persona 5 again in GameStop. I thought, I didn't like it. And then I saw a glimpse of Persona 4 Golden. I thought that game wasn't fun at all. It was pretty annoying to me seeing all these PS3 games and they're not fun to look at or see anymore. And then I felt like this game wasn't great, And around, I guess around February or March, I think the coronavirus started that time. And this is what got me to be in and get out of the pandemic and made me feel comfortable at my house. You see, hmm, how can I explain this properly? You see, the way how I got into Persona 5 was a YouTuber named Prince Vegeta. Prince Vegeta ends up making, a video on how no, he doesn't make a video now. It wasn't a video. It was a live stream that he was going to be making on Twitch. Was he was going to be playing Persona 5 Royal there. Persona 5 Royal was a game that was released out during, I guess, around March. So yeah, I think around March or February the coronavirus started happening. I guess between around March and February we started to get that. But, he ends up pulling the live stream, and I was really wrong about this game. I was wrong about Persona 5 and how it was. So, I checked it out on Amazon for the PS3 copy because I searched up on YouTube to see if there was a PS3 copy. And, by surprise, there was one. I ended up buying, you know, the PS3 version because I didn't have a PS4. I never really had a big idea to play the games on PS4 because the PS3 games were always just a big classic to me. Like the PS3 in my opinion is my favorite PlayStation console. It's just a classic to me. I have the most nostalgia with a PS3. I played it first in elementary school and I first played Street Fighters on a PS3 and it was classic. Good times. And to be honest, this is the game that got me into, the Persona series as a whole. And, my dad ended up seeing the prices on Amazon and it was rising up all the way up to nearly $100. So he bought a game for me on eBay. He bought the game on eBay. It came onto the mail, and there began the journey of me eating and playing in my living room and enjoying every last bit of this game. And pretty much, I ended up speed running almost a lot of the game. I ended up playing through the game a lot, around 5 times actually. I beat the game 5 times, and yeah, I spent around 765 hours point and 9 seconds, no, and 9 minutes with all the Persona games, including this one, Royal, the dancing game, and Strikers. Those were the games that made me spend over 765 hours and 9 minutes with, you know, this because I really like this game. I went through so much with this game. What this game showed me was something brilliant. The story, the characters, the gameplay, the way how it's structured, everything felt really good with this game. This game was really, really amazing. It did so much to me that I felt really enjoyable with this game. I enjoyed Persona 5 no matter what. No matter how many times people say that this game was bad, I enjoyed it the way how I enjoyed it. I played Royal, I enjoyed that game, but to be honest, I didn't really enjoy Royal as much as I thought I was going to, since I did spoil myself with the spoilers of the third semester. Whenever I'm playing Royal, to be honest, the game is just really easy. And this one right here, this gave me a challenge. The original was a way better for me because, it gave me a challenge and I really, really like that challenge. It gave me a very big challenge that I wasn't able to do properly. And you know what? I'm glad it gave me that challenge because I really admire this game for what it's trying to be. I admire it. It's like you're watching anime again and you're re-seeing it in video game perspective. You know, we all have those anime games, and Persona 5 is definitely no exception. This game has done so much for me to the point where I actually really think it's my favorite RPG game of the bunch. It's a JRPG, which is a Japanese role playing game. And to be honest, I think this is the best one, I guess, out of the bunch. I'm not sure. Because people say that this is the best JRPG game. I mean, sure, the game can be fun, but it has some flaws. The characters, like, I guess some of them can be interesting, others can have wasted potential. And to be honest, people end up making these videos saying Persona 5 wasted potential, Royal wasted potential, some of the characters wasted potential. And to be honest, I don't really care what other people say. I'm looking at this game in my perspective on how I enjoyed this game. I enjoyed this game to the fullest. It made me go through and it made me help, relieve some stress out of the pandemic. All my stress was out, and this game took that stress away from me, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed this game. The stress that I was losing was all that enjoyment of this game. It it helped me. It helped me a lot. I I don't know. I really have good emotions for this game. And I really, really admire this game. It did so much that I don't know how to thank this game for what it did. I love it. It's a good game. It's a good game for what it did. As much as people say how bad of a game is, or it's a disappointment of a game, I'm going to say this. Like, people are saying, oh, it's a game for virgins because, and to be honest, no. I'm looking at the game for what I like about it. What's my perspective of the game? And how I enjoyed the other games and the spin offs. I enjoyed Persona 5. It was a good game that brought me out of the pandemic. I thought I was going to be lost in the pandemic forever, being a shut in and not wanting to step a single foot outside and yeah, I was never going to go outside and touch some grass. But this game taught me that it doesn't matter what I liked. Persona 5's main theme was about rebellion, was about having was about was about rebellion, and being able to believe it, being able to be your own self. And to be honest, I like that. This game taught me how to be myself and not become something different. I'm not like one of those people that I was before, because this game did a massive impact on me in my life that it made me do a lot of stuff right, and I love it. This game taught me so much, and I love it. It was a great game. I love this game. It was really, really fun. I had a blast. I had a lot of fun. It was so great putting all those hours in. And no matter how many times people try to say that this game is bad, in my opinion, Persona 5 is one of these games that shows me that just because you may be alone in something, it doesn't mean that this is going to help you. There's always going to be a game, a person, or words that are able to help you throughout your life. And this game helped me through a lot. The pandemic, I thought I was going to be falling in despair and becoming a shut-in forever and never stepping a single foot outside. But then again, with this game showing me a glimmer of hope and a light that I could be with, this game did so much for me that I don't even know how to thank this game. So yeah, thank you Persona 5 for helping me go through the pandemic and fixing what I lost the most about me, about being myself. Thank you everybody for watching this video. Make sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell to be the first ones to know about my videos. And thank you all for supporting me. I really appreciate the support of my channel. Keep subscribing, and I'll be able to make as much content as I can. I'm trying my best to at least do some videos every day. And thank you all for watching this video, and I'll see you next time. Henry Goku Fan 10, out.